Hey YouTube, it's Landon with Order the Traveling Hats, and today we're going to talk about sleep systems. That's right, we're going to talk about why you don't need a rooftop tent. In doing my research and kind of planning out my rig and my build, I've found several reasons why I don't think a rooftop tent are really the optimal solution for a sleep system. Today I'm going to show you 3 systems that I do use, one of which I haven't gotten to use yet that's new, and we're going to talk about those a little bit and go through why I think they're great and why you don't need a rooftop tent. So let's get started. So the first system I want to talk about today is the Hammock. So a Hammock is a great system, especially if you've got a small car or a small SUV with limited space and you're carrying some camping gear, or if you like to go on a motorcycle and do kind of your overlanding on 2 wheels. A hammock's really an excellent solution. It offers pretty good comfort, ease of setup. It's very lightweight, very compact. You can get an underquilt for it, which I have, and I'm going to show you. And that can actually make it a good 3-season sleep system, especially with a good sleeping bag. If you add a tarp to it or something to kind of keep the weather off, it even works great in the rain. So now we're going to go and set up my hammock, and I'm going to kind of show you that, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So I've set up the hammock, you guys kind of saw that, and the hammock is, like I said, a great sleep system. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, and easy to take down, easy to go up. I do have the straps as well as the underquilt. All of my stuff is from Grand Trunk. I like their hammocks because they are ripstop material, so they're a little bit more durable than some of the other hammocks out there. It's a pretty inexpensive system. I think I've got less than $200 in the entire system. So they make some down underquilts that are lighter and probably more compact, but they're significantly more expensive than the polyfill one that I've got from Grand Trunk. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for the next system, we're going to talk about my ground tent that I've got. I've got a Marmot Limelight 3 ground tent that I've had for about 10 years. It's still a great tent, still works great for me. I try to take really good care of it, and it's lasted extremely well. It's been an extremely durable tent. It's a 3-man tent. Now, you can fit 3 people in there, but it's going to be pretty cozy. 2 people certainly fit in it well, and 1 person and a dog fits no problem. There's a little bit of room for your gear. It's a lightweight tent. You could backpack with it if you wanted to. It's certainly still probably in the realm of possibility for someone on a motorcycle, and very easy for somebody in a small car or SUV to use and to be able to go camping anywhere you want to go. It really is a good tent. The rain fly on it is very durable. It works. It keeps the rain off quite well. It's worked for me very well, and I've camped in it in the dead of winter, in the summer, in the rain, in the dry, and it's worked well every single time. So really can't say enough about the Marmot Limelight 3. They're a great tent and not horribly expensive. I think they were probably in the realm of $250 or so. I think that's what I paid for mine. It was a long time ago. I'll post a link to that in the description below so you guys can go look up pricing. Finally, we've got my new tent that I haven't gotten to use yet. It's a Gazelle T4 hub tent Overland Edition. The Overland Edition has got a couple of perks that really make the tent a great sleep system. It comes with the ground tarp that's fitted to the tent. Now these do have a floor in them that does Velcro in. You can kind of Velcro that out to sweep it out when you're done and get home, so it's easy to clean. It's a very easy to set up tent. I just showed you that. You just pop the corners out and the tent sets right up. It just kind of pops up in place. The rain fly on it is good. The Overland Edition, like I said, comes with the ground tarp. It also comes with a waterproof, kind of rubberized nylon case or carry bag. Upgraded stakes that are threaded and actually you can thread them down into the ground as well as hammer them. Again, the rain fly and guidelines for the tent are all included. That tent is a bargain. I got it on sale and then got a 10% off GovX discount because I'm prior service. And I think I paid $387 for it direct from Gazelle. It shipped the same week and I got it within 3 or 4 days. Great tent, really looking forward to it. I can stand up in it and I think it's going to serve us very well. So, the question that I alluded to at the beginning of the video that I think we can answer now that you've seen the different sleep systems and seen the Gazelle tent especially, is why you don't need a rooftop tent. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need a rooftop tent. You can get by without one just fine. Rooftop tents have got several disadvantages that I just wasn't really willing to contend with. So the first disadvantage I can come up with pretty easily is weight. Rooftop tents are heavy. The lightest rooftop tent I could find was about 100 pounds. Now that doesn't sound like a whole lot of weight until you factor in the fact that it is mounted to the highest point of your rig. So any off-camber situations, any uneven terrain you're doing, that's going to act as a big lever arm up there, like a pendulum almost, upside down. And it's going to make you a little bit more tippy, make the vehicle a little bit more unstable. And that was just not something I'm really comfortable with. I don't really like the tippy kind of feel to begin with, and that was just going to make it worse, and I didn't really want to contend with it. So that was kind of a problem for me from the get-go. The next one that I can think of is cost. So the least expensive rooftop tent I could find online, I think, was the Smittybilt, and they run around $1,400 or $1,500. They go up from there all the way up to over $4,000 for some of the really nice hard-shelled kind of pop-up versions. They look really nice. I think they'd be great, but that's a lot of money to spend on a single piece of equipment. This ground tent that I got from Gazelle, again, under $400. The other thing to consider is I have a dog and I like to take the dog camping, and I don't think the dog's going to want to climb up a ladder, and my dog weighs about 50 pounds and I don't want to have to lift the dog in and out of the tent every time she wants to go to the bathroom or we're ready to go to bed. So I just really didn't think that was a great idea either. This Gazelle tent's big enough I can stand up in it, I can get changed, and we can put some cots in it and the dog and I can sleep in there just fine. The next thing is one that now with gas prices the way they are is really kind of becoming more and more important, and that's fuel economy. So most people that have a rig like mine that they do have to drive daily to work, they bolt their rooftop tent on it and then they drive it back and forth to work. And that rooftop tent is just a big square box that creates drag. And if you have to drive at any kind of speed on the highway, it's going to cut into your gas mileage. Now again, with fuel prices at nearly $4 a gallon, I wanted to avoid that. I didn't want something that was permanently mounted onto the Jeep. I wanted something I could take on and off easily, and this Gazelle tent fits the bill. Now, with all of that said, there are some disadvantages to the Gazelle tent. It is on the ground. It's not elevated off the ground like a rooftop tent. I think I can live with that. I'm going to use a cot in it. I'm going to get some compact kind of hiking cots that are really lightweight. I haven't gotten that yet. I'm still kind of doing the research, but it'll get me off the ground. I'll be comfortable when I sleep. I can use a ground pad for insulation, and I think we're going to be just fine. So that's not really that big of a deal. It's got a good heavy floor in it, and I just really don't see a problem there. The other disadvantage is that if you get the T4, I actually looked at the T3 when I was at the Midwest Overland Expo in Springfield. The T3 would fit in my bed, collapse down. The T4 does not. It's just a little bit too long. I think the bed on the Gladiator measures exactly 60 inches, and the tent is like 64 inches. So you can kind of wedge it in there diagonally, but you can't just kind of toss it in straight and expect the tailgate to close. Now that's not going to be an issue because we do have a surprise coming for the Jeep, and we're going to be able to mount it outside of the bed and kind of take it on and off as we need to, and that's going to solve that problem. So it's a pretty easy problem to fix. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but just understand that this is a good sized tent when it's set up, and it's also kind of a bulky tent when it's collapsed down and put in its carry bag. It doesn't weigh that much. It weighs 38 pounds, so that's not a whole lot of weight to put anywhere on your rig, but it is a little bulky. That's the two big disadvantages I can think of with this Gazelle tent. I'm really looking forward to going out and using it. More to come on that. And I think it's going to serve us very well. And for all the reasons I just listed, I got it instead of a rooftop tent. So that's going to close us out for this video. Please like and subscribe to the video. That really helps us out. We're trying to grow the channel as fast as we can and get subscribers. You guys please like and subscribe the video. Hit the notification bell. Anything we can do to help you guys out or give advice, or if you saw something in the video that you've got a question about, please post it in the comments. We will answer them individually. And that's going to close us out for today. So I'm Landon. This is Order the Traveling Hats, and we hope to see you guys out there.